Hello, online pipe community. Ethan, Parsimonious Piper here. Today we've got another parsimonious pipe. Let's take a look at it. This is a pipe by Lee Lovat, Schlemiel, Schlemazel. It's a large one, very similar to the one that Robert, ENA's dad, gifted me a while back. In it, I've got some Drucker & Sons, The Devil's Own. Very nice American blend. Tasty stuff. Tasty, tasty stuff. And in a bowl this big, it's gonna last me a while. Well, without further ado, let's take a closer look. Here in the first shot, you see that the pipe was not terribly dirty. It was a little dark. There was a little bit of grime on it. The change in color is not just an illusion. It is a little bit lighter than it was before. You'll notice the stars are visible now on top of the stem. Over at the end of the stem, some of that grime and just wear marks are worn off. This has a couple of little flaws, a little nick here on the side, nick or fill there, and on the lower part of the bowl. Looking down from the top, you see that the bowl had been covered with a bit of lava. The lighting on the bottom picture doesn't do it justice, but you can see that that lava all cleared off. There's still a little bit of a scorch mark there on the upper right quadrant of the bowl in that view. On the inside of the rim, and there are some light spots that I think you'll see in one of the other angles around the edge of the rim where there are some nicks. But that cleaned up pretty well. Most of that lava all just came off and left just a little bit of damage, previous damage from a burn. I could have topped that down, but why? It just shows its wear. The stem on the other hand, you can see it looks like somebody had a softy bit on it. Nice clean line right there where a softy bit would go. Oxidation both under and on the outside. Cleaned up very nicely, and the stars are bright and shiny. Here we have a more direct view of what I think was, like I said, a softy bit on the stem. The resulting oxidation and grime pattern, that came off with some soaking in OxiClean. Those 7-point brass, metal, whatever they're made out of. Stars really shined up, cleaned up very nicely, nice and visible with all the grime and oxidation gone. Flip side of the stem is much the same. Top shot's a little bit out of focus down the stem, but it's clear right at the button, and you can see just how black and shiny that cleaned up. A little bit of micro mesh. Taking this one apart, it does have the stinger intact. On top, you can see there was a little bit of buildup around the end of the stinger, then toward the vulcanite, but it's an aluminum, and so I didn't do a whole lot of cleaning on that. I soaked it just to be able to get some of that grime off, but I did not want to alter the fit of the stem on the stummel, so I didn't scrape too much of the, I don't know if that's just aluminum corrosion that has gotten onto the end of the stem there. But I didn't scrape too much of that off because I didn't want to alter the fitment because it fits nice and tight. Overall, very nice pipe. Picked this one up for $20 and change, tax and shipping included. Hard to beat this for $20, less than 21. It's just a fantastic smoking pipe, cleaned up really well. In honor of Shark Week, little piece of advice. Never take a dog named Shark to the beach. With that, folks, light something you like in a pipe you like. Enjoy your afternoon.